Gather round, everyone. I have what we used to call in the olden days a book. Today we are going to be reading How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and not my high school yearbook. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe Christmas, he thought, doesn't come from a store. Unless that store is Walmart. Walmart has awesome deals. Just listen to the Grinch himself.
Walmart and the Grinch really came through. All the Who's gifts arrived just in time.
Are you stressed out and don't want to get a holiday roast beast for your family? No problem. Go to McDonald's. You can get Grinch socks. Yay! Today we're going to talk about the Grinch. If you couldn't tell, Merry Christmas Eve! Bon Natale, everyone! I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's Natalie without the I. Welcome to my channel and Merry Christmas Eve, because I will post this on Christmas Eve because I am filming this on Christmas Eve Eve. Either way, welcome to a video that I've been really excited for. I just have not found the motivation. I found myself referring to me as the Grinch. Not necessarily in the third person, but I've found myself at a very Grinchy point in my life. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and I just don't feel prepared. I haven't felt very merry. I have a whole variety of fun holiday outfits. I have a Christmas tree cardigan. I have Christmas leggings. I basically am Martha May Whovier. I love to decorate, but I just have not felt it. I don't know if it's after I came back from abroad, just having a lot of free time to myself. I felt very Grinchy, and I personally have identified more with the Grinch than I think I ever have, but the problem is I don't think I identify with the Grinch anymore because I saw him in a Walmart ad. I was sitting with my family and then he was talking about Walmart delivery, and I just thought to myself, that is the most anti-Grinch thing I think I have ever heard. So today is going to be a fun video. It's going to be a quick video and it's going to be a teeny tiny bit ranty, but also it's out of love because my mom and I, on the very first day that the Grinch socks were a thing at McDonald's, we made our whole dinner plan. We just went to McDonald's together and we got matching Grinch socks. And then we wanted to go back a week later and all of the Grinch socks had been sold out. So now I'm stuck with yellow. But here is an actual structure of what we're going to talk about today. If you, for some reason, have been living in a cave on Mount Crumpet and don't know who the Grinch is this guy. I almost pointed to my boobs. The Grinch is this guy. He is a green thing. He's a Grinch, and he's gone through a lot of variations across pop culture. He was originally in the book How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss when he wasn't green. That book used to freak me out because he had red eyes, and maybe he didn't actually, I just remembered it wrong. But originally How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and then the animated cartoon from the 60s, I think. Maybe I'll put the actual date. I should have done research. I genuinely just started talking. And then there was the Jim Carrey version from some point within the past 30 years. And then in 2018, there was another cartoon Grinch, and I remember seeing it in theaters, but I could not tell you anything about it. So the Grinch has evolved as pop culture has, but I think some of the most notable things we see in pop culture are the Jim Carrey version of the Grinch. But fun fact, I saw that movie for the first time 2 years ago because I used to cry and run away because of how scary I thought it was. Every year on Christmas Eve, we would watch the animated version of The Grinch, which I hope if you're watching this the day it's posted, now's your chance to watch The Grinch. And then after the animated version, they would always play the live action version. But every year I would get so scared. I remember my parents being like, no, it's funny, it's funny, it's funny. And then they would show him biting into an onion, and I would cry under a blanket or run away. I did that till I was in double digits. I was way too old to be scared of the Grinch. So I do not have as much nostalgia towards the Jim Carrey version for the sole purpose of I was just a little baby wimp growing up, but that's okay. But a lot of people resonate with the Jim Carrey Grinch. Personally, I'm more of an animated The Grinch fan. Maybe there are babies out there, Gen Alpha, who like the Benedict Cumberbatch version of the Grinch. Either way, in our modern society, the Grinch has kind of evolved in a personality, but the main thing is he's really annoyed with all the Who's because of how much noise they always make, and then he steals Christmas. and then he gives it back because his heart grows 3 sizes. But we're not here to talk about that today. Today, the main sole motivator of the Grinch is that he does not like noise, he gets annoyed by the Who's, and they're just loud and they're causing a ruckus. And you know what? I get that. But you know how to stop causing a ruckus? Buying stuff at Walmart! Okay, after all my hooting and hollering, I'm finally getting to the point of this video. I need to show you like bits and pieces of this ad because the Grinch is basically selling their like Walmart delivery service. But the whole thing is that the Grinch in Dr. Seuss, like for the purpose, is very anti-consumerism. The fact that these Who's don't actually appreciate the meaning of Christmas, they're opening all these things, they're making this noise, they're making a mess, but then at the end when the Grinch hears all the Who's singing, he realizes the true meaning of Christmas. And it's not commercialism. The fact that the Grinch gives the gifts back is because he realizes that the Who's actually like have soul, have purpose, and that's not the reason for Christmas. Then he's just like, you know what, I'll give them back. But the only reason he gives them back is because he realized that Christmas is a lot more. Christmas doesn't come from the store. But the fact that Walmart is using him to be like, yeah, shop at our store. Crazy. Bizarre. I also don't know how the like licensing works because it looks like they're using the like Jim Carrey version of the Grinch. Like that's like the vibes I'm getting, or like the Grinch you'd meet at like Universal. I had a friend, shout out to Milena, I feel like I always give her shout outs in my video, but she said she went to Universal like maybe October, maybe I'm lying, but like they were starting to set up the Grinch and then the lines got to like 2 hours. So the Grinch is a fan favorite and he's always very salty and fun, but he's being used as a symbol of consumerism and Walmart. He's being used to advertise Walmart, which is the very like Who-mart that he hated. Like, I don't know. I just think that's bizarre, and I really, really wanted to talk about that. Also, the McDonald's meal I think is funny. One thing, the McDonald's meal is just either nuggets or burger. I don't actually know. I don't like hamburgers. And then fries, and they had this, like, Grinch salt. But it was pickles. Why was it pickle flavored? Yeah, the Grinch is green and pickles are green, but, like, onion flavoring was right there. Onion and, like, chive. You can make it green. I don't like pickles, so that's why. My personal bias is that pickles are nasty. And they I don't know, the salt was a little too strong, but that's okay, but the socks were cool. And I don't know how licensing for a character goes, but he's being used as the symbol, and I just think that it's a little crazy. So, I promise I have a point. So, I already showed you this ad. He also says, like, hope your situationship likes it, and, like, I don't know, maybe him and Martha May are like a situationship, so he's like, shout out to her.
Want express delivery for a Chad Hoobucks.
What kind of name is that?
We're gonna stack these gains like pancakes. Gotta go, champ. Who knew Walmart delivers that fast?
I hope your situationship likes it.
But on the Walmart YouTube channel, which is a thing, the more you know, there's this like ambient sound, like basically like vibes of the Grinch, like a fireplace Yule log thing that you would have. It's called Grinch's Cave Ambient Room. And I am not going to be the girl who cried AI. Like, I am very inherently skeptical of a lot of things, so I'm not going to automatically see something and then say it's AI. But like, this ambient cave looks so fake. So it has like Whoville and then Mount Crumpet, but then it like goes inside the cave, and then there's like a dog laying there, and the dog looks fake. That does not look like a real dog. I don't know if it's supposed to be Max. It doesn't look like Max in any of the variations, but it looks like a fake dog, and it really throws me off. So I don't know. The Grinch, I don't think he'd like AI. I don't think he wouldn't. Obviously, he doesn't like consumerism. That is the entire reason the Grinch exists. But also, like, he's a pretty sustainable guy. He'll, like, reuse a lot of his trash. And the fact that AI is so bad for the environment and sustainability and, like, corrupts the environment, the Grinch is like, nah. The Walmart YouTube channel also has other ambient rooms. It has one of, like, the Who table and, like, a Who feast. And, like, this one also looks fake. And again, I'm not just going to say everything is AI, but I wouldn't put it past a big company. In my history of communications class last year, we actually talked about like the Coca-Cola ad, and there was a Coca-Cola ad and it was made with AI and it was like pretty generic. Like, yeah, it wasn't necessarily apparently bad, but it didn't really have the heart that you think of when you think of the holidays. And that's the vibe I'm getting from this. I'm not going to say it's AI, but I don't know. The vibes feel weird. And then they have a Who Newville Town Square ambient room, and it's just like a Christmas tree with a bunch of products. Like, it just has like bikes and things that you can buy from Walmart. And you know what? I'm watching it, and it has over 15,000 views. There also had like this Grinch campaign started around Black Friday and then just continued on, and it was not on my radar until today, the day before I'm posting this, 2 days before Christmas. So actually, I'm on time. The Grinch stole things on Christmas and they woke up early, so I'm just really early. Thank you for chatting with me. This was definitely more of an informal chat. I really, really, really wanted to post more videos over break, and then I just didn't. I don't know. I don't have an excuse. I was just in my cave. And now my goal I don't really believe in New Year's resolutions. My New Year's resolution last year was to go to the gym at least like 6 times, and I didn't. I just didn't. I thought I would put a number that would like make me laugh. Like, yeah, 6, that's so easy. You could do that. No, I did not go to the gym 6 times. But I did so many other things. I had a pure and kind heart, and I hung out with my friends. I went to Europe for 3 months. That's so cool. So my goal for the coming weeks, while I'm still on break, is to film a lot more videos, but film things that I'm actually passionate about. I tend to think that if I don't have anything important to say, then I shouldn't say it. And that's why today I genuinely just sat down and filmed this whole video in like 15 minutes or however long this is. I'm genuinely just sticking everything together and then immediately posting it, because I think that everything I post is a reflection of who I am as a person. And apparently, if you saw my last video about Matt Rife, I'm a really bad stand-up comedian, and that's who I am as a person, which that's my perfect time to plug. If you're still watching this video, you should watch my last video where I talk about another Grinch terrible man who does bad stand-up comedy and frames it as a Christmas special. And if you are watching this around the holiday season, not just Christmas, but it just so happens to be Christmas, that's personally what I celebrate, but if you're watching this around the holiday season, I hope you have an amazing holiday with you and your family and friends. And if you're not watching this on the holiday season, happy March, happy April, happy May, June, July, August, all my August watchers. I'm probably going to take this video down by then, but I hope you have the most amazing day. Comment down below if you also think this is weird. I know this video is all over the place, but I just needed someone to know that I think this is crazy. So comment down below if you also think this is a little bit crazy, or comment your favorite Christmas movie. I was an animated Grinch girly, and also I liked Elf, so, you know. But have the best day ever. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Kisses. Mwah.